Hello, my name is Chrissy Jones, and I am the Associate Dean for Student Development at Spokane Falls Community College. I've been here 5 years, and when I initially arrived at Spokane Falls, one of the things that really stood out to me was the fact that there was so many different types of perceptions of what academic advising is or should be, and everyone seemed to be very interested in the direction that we were going. And I think people were truly interested in student success and their role in how students actually, I guess, made the mark to completion. So the culture was very interesting, and that's the best word I can use at this point. And I think that's, again, because people had such an interest in what we were going to do with the academic consulting model or advising model. And the biggest culture shift, I believe, took place, I would say, spring of 2012. And that's right before we went to NACADA Summer Institute for the first time as an institution. And we took a team of people. But some of the legwork that we had done prior to that was we started having some task force and some work groups around what we as an institution thought academic advising should be and what it should look like, and our goals and purpose and our mission. Because prior to that, we didn't have a mission statement, we didn't have any student learner outcomes, we didn't have any core values. So people were really operating under their own assumptions of what they personally felt advising and consulting was. So there was no unity in what exactly we wanted to do with that. And there was even some philosophical differences. For example, some people thought that advising was merely registration. That was it. You know, they help students register or push buttons, which we no longer believe that. Some people, on the other hand, thought that it was all about the academic planning process, which is what we really try to uplift now, is what exactly are we trying to do with students? They don't need us to push buttons for them. So that was a significant culture change for us, was really getting people on board with where we were going with academic advising on our campus and how we can all collectively pull our weight, including registration, which is a function of academic advising, but not the sole purpose of academic advising. So a lot of our professional development, which we now hold at least 3 sessions per quarter, focus on exactly that, continuing to build our philosophy around academic advising on our campus and the role that academic or faculty advisors play in that, because we didn't want people to continue to operate under their own assumptions of what academic advising was. Another thing that we did, which was very different than a lot of other institutions, is that we created basically the system for academic advising. And what I mean by that is that we established as a college a work group of us called the Academic Consulting Team, or ACT. We pulled all of our resources together, all of our brain power, all of our historical knowledge, and said, okay, this is what the mission of advising will be on our campus. This is how we're going to get there. And so now we have that entire system created, and what we allow different departments to do is create their own model that align with that specific mission and purpose of that system. So we really emphasize that during our professional development sessions, and we also, for the first time last summer, held our Consulting Summer Institute. And again, that was built off of our system philosophies and the direction that we were headed.